The prophet Yesha'yahu, Isaiah, chapter 37. On hearing it, King Hezekiah tore his clothes, covered himself with sackcloth, and entered the house of Adonai. He sent Eliakim, who was in charge of the household, Shebna the general secretary, and the leading Kohanim, covered with sackcloth, to Yesha'yahu the prophet, the son of Amatz. They said to him, "This is what Hezekiah says. Today is a day of trouble, rebuke, and disgrace. Children are ready to be born, but there is no strength to bring them to birth. Maybe Adonai your God will hear the words of Rav Shaka, whom his master, the king of Ashur, has sent to taunt the living God, and will rebuke the message which Adonai your God has heard. So pray for the remnant that is left." When King Hezekiah's servants came to Yesha'yahu, he said to them, "Tell your master that this is what Adonai says. Don't be afraid of the words you heard the servants of the king of Ashur used to insult me. I will put a spirit in him that will make him hear a rumor and return to his own land. Then I will cause him to die by the sword in his own land." Rav Shaka returned, and having heard that the king of Ashur had left Lachish, found him making war with Libnah. Then he heard it said that Tirhakah, king of Ethiopia, was on his way to fight him. On hearing this, the king of Ashur sent messengers to Hezekiah, after ordering them, "This is what you are to say to the king Hezekiah, king of Yehuda. Don't let your God, in whom you trust, deceive you by saying, 'Jerusalem will not be handed over to the power of the king of Ashur.' You have heard what the kings of Ashur have done to all lands. They have completely destroyed them. So how will you be delivered? Have the gods of the nations delivered them? No, my ancestors destroyed them. Gozan, Haran, Retzeph, and the people of Eden, who were in Telassar. Where is the king of Hamath, the king of Arpad, the king of the city of Sepharvaim, of Hena and Eva?" Hezekiah took the letter from the messenger's hands and read it. Then Hezekiah went up to the house of Adonai and spread it out before Adonai. This is the prayer that Hezekiah prayed to Adonai. "Adonai Sevaot, God of Israel, who dwells above the Cheruvim, you alone are God of all the kingdoms on earth. You made heaven and earth. Turn your ear, Adonai, and hear. Open your eyes, Adonai, and see. Hear all the words that Sennacherib sent to taunt the living God. It is true that the kings of Ashur have laid waste all the countries in their lands, and have thrown their gods into the fire. For those were non-gods, merely the products of people's hands, wood and stone. This is why they could destroy them. Now, therefore, Adonai, our God, save us from his power, so that all the kingdoms on earth will know that you are Adonai, you only." Then Yesha'yahu, the son of Amatz, sent this message to Hezekiah. "Adonai, the God of Israel, says, you prayed to me against Sennacherib, king of Ashur. Here is Adonai's answer concerning him. The virgin daughter of Zion despises you. She laughs you to scorn. The daughter of Jerusalem shakes her head at you. Whom have you taunted and insulted? Against whom have you raised your voice and haughtily lifted your eyes? The Holy One of Israel. Through your servants you taunted Adonai. You said, 'With my many chariots I have ascended the mountain heights, even in the far reaches of the Lebanon. I cut down its tall cedars and its best cypress trees. I reached its remotest heights and its best forests. I dug wells and drank the water. The soles of my soldiers' feet dried up all the rivers of Egypt.' Haven't you heard? Long ago I made it. In antiquity I produced it, and now I am making it happen. You are turning fortified cities into heaps of ruins, while their inhabitants, shorn of power, are disheartened and ashamed, weak as grass, frail as plants, like grass on the rooftops or grain scorched by the east wind. But I know when you sit, when you leave, when you enter, and when you rage against me. And because of your rage against me, because of your pride that has reached my ears, I am putting my hook in your nose and my bridle on your lips, and I will make you return by the way on which you came. This will be the sign for you, people of Israel. This year you will eat the grain that grows of itself. The second year you will eat what grows from that. But in the third year you will sow, reap, plant vineyards, and eat their fruit. Meanwhile, the remnant of the house of Yehuda that has escaped will again take root downward and bear fruit upward. For a remnant will go out from Jerusalem, those escaping will go out from Mount Zion. The seal of Adonai Sevaot will accomplish this. Therefore, this is what Adonai says concerning the king of Ashur. He will not come to the city or even shoot an arrow there. He will not confront it with a shield or erect earthworks against it. By the way he came, he will return. He will not come to this city, says Adonai. For I will defend this city and save it, both for my own sake and for my servant David's sake. Then the angel of Adonai went out and struck down 185,000 men in the camp of Ashur. Early in the next morning, there they were, all of them, corpses, dead. So Sennacherib, king of Ashur, left, went and returned to live in Nineveh. One day, as he was worshipping in the temple of Nisroch, his god, his sons Adramelech and Sharezer struck him with the sword and escaped into the land of Ararat. So his son Esarhaddon took his place as king. End of Isaiah chapter 37.